Hi guys, my name is 711 and today I have a very special update video on the Hive and my performance through the first 4 weeks or so. I have been very busy in general outside of YouTube stuff, of course. Work got a little hectic for a while, and with early May came graduation and baccalaureate ceremonies and parties and moving my sister back in from college, all that sort of stuff. And on top of that, I had a friend at work who died of cancer, and you know what? I've been like really busy, and so what I decided to do, all of a sudden I found out that I'm like 10 videos late. And so um, what I'm going to do is, instead of showing you, all these battles I've been having lately, I'm making this one video now, and I'm going to go through the teams that I built for the first 4 weeks of the Hive. And the links to the replays, the showdown replays, will be in the description below. So I'm sorry guys, I'm really sorry that I don't get to show you all these battles I've been having, but you know what? I've been kind of overwhelmed for a while, and this is a pretty effective way for me to catch up. So first of all, against iPro, let me show you his team. Okay, so iPro's team consists of Landorus Therian, Clefable, I'm sorry you can't see it all, but Landorus Therian, Clefable, Lucario, Mandibuzz, Mega Slowbro, Silvally, all types, Druddigon, Weezing, Blissey, Heliolisk, and Aerodactyl. So I brought Choice Scarf, Nuke Button, and Psyshock, Glaciate, Energy Ball, and U-Turn. That does a lot of work. Psyshock hits the Blissey, Psyshock hits the Weezing. Psychic would be better, but you just have to pick your battles, you know what I'm saying? Glaciate is really nice for the Aerodactyl and also for the Landorus Therian and a few other Pokemon. He had a little bit of a nice weakness. Energy Ball would be super effective against Mega Slowbro. U-Turn as well, because U-Turn works well on Choice Scarf users. Next I have Reinabeya, Diane Scythe, of course, Diamond Storm, Moonblast, Psychic, and Endeavor. Here's something interesting, guys, is that there's Psyshock on Nuke Button, but Psychic on Reinabeya. Now here's something even more interesting, is Endeavor. Now what Endeavor does is, whatever your HP is at, it matches on the opposing Pokemon. So, what does that mean? That means that, let's say that Reinabeya was at 40 HP, say. If Reinabeya is at 40 HP, I click Endeavor on a Blissey, and now Blissey is suddenly at like 10 HP. Why? Because Blissey is so much more of a total HP that if I were to bring my HP down, then match the HP, the percentages are really off. So I click Endeavor on the Blissey, and then I can just pick it off with a Diamond Storm. So that's how Reinabeya is gonna hopefully be able to pick up a couple kills against iPro. Next I have Mr. Clean, and I figured that I really need a physical wall, and so this is a fully physical Mr. Clean with Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split. Will-O-Wisp is going to be really nice against the Lucario against the Silvally, against what else? The Dredagon against the Aerodactyl. Not so much against the Landorus Therian because Hydro Pump one-shots anyway. But Hydro Pump hits the Aerodactyl pretty hard. Really, it helps the Heliolisk. Heliolisk is a pretty good switch into Mr. Clean. So I do have to keep that in mind. But overall, Mr. Clean is going to really help out against this battle against iPro. Next, I have Pierre, and something interesting about Pierre, guys, is that I'm really scared about Mega Slowbro setting up 3 or 4 or 6 Calm Minds. If Mega Slowbro was like Calm Mind, Slack Off, Scald, and Psyshock, he 6-0s my team. Plain and simple. So, Heart Swap, Baton Pass, that is basically my answer to that kind of set. And Heart Swap and Baton Pass is going to be really, really useful because Heart Swap steals all of those stat boosts. And so Slowbro is at nothing, and then I can Baton Pass them to whoever. I mean, that's why I made Nuke Button a special attacker, Psyshock, Glaciate, Energy Ball, and U-Turn. Of course, Reina Bea can do really well with Moonblast and Psychic. And then also Hermione can put in a good bit of work if she gets a couple boosts. But then also for other coverage, I have Nuzzle and Glaciate. However, I find out after the battle that Glaciate is base 65 and works the exact same as Icy Wind, but Icy Wind is base 55. So Icy Wind is boosted by Technician. So same accuracy, same 100% chance to lower the foe's speed, but Icy Wind is actually more powerful because of Technician. So in the future, I'm going to use Icy Wind instead of Glaciate. Plain and simple. Next, I have Hermione, and Hermione has Z Memento, which is going to work like a Healing Wish. I have Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fighting, and Heal Bell. And that's essentially Hermione right there. If Hermione gets a couple stat boosts, you know, from Mega Slowbro to Pierre, from Pierre to Hermione, then I can put in a lot of work, because Shadow Ball hits a lot of stuff on his team. Pretty much everything except for Heliolisk, which I have Hidden Power Fighting for, Blissey, which I have Hidden Power Fighting for, and that Raptor Mandibuzz. That Mandibuzz would be a little bit of a problem, but that's about it. So Hermione hopefully will be able to put in a lot of work. And then finally, we have Scizor, which I decided to name Rock Paper Ellipsis, Rock Paper Scizor. So I wanted to catch something on the Switch and go for a substitute, which gives me a free Sword Stance, and then I can Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch does a lot to pretty much everything on his team. Superpower is for Silvally, normal. Superpower is for what's that Pokemon? Lucario. Superpower is for Heliolisk. Superpower, you know, it hits a lot of stuff. Bullet Punch is really nice with Clefable. Bullet Punch is nice with Aerodactyl. So that's essentially why I brought rock, paper. And although Mega Slowbro does wall Scizor, that is something to keep in mind. That's essentially my battle with iPro. Like I said, the link to that battle will be in the description below. And actually, guys, iPro has a very nice YouTube channel. He does have this battle on his channel, and I'll put a link in that in the description as well to his side of the battle. And while you're at it, guys, check out his videos, click subscribe. He's a very talented battler, and he's worth checking out for sure. So next, Roserade. Roserade is another person that I battled. Roserade is right here. We have Manaphy, Togekiss, Mega Scizor, Jolteon, Sneasel, Excadrill, Entei, Gigalith, Noivern, Gourgeist, and Kadabra. So if you look at this team, Excadrill and Gigalith, very scary combination. Manaphy and Togekiss, Mega Scizor, very bulky, very offensive. Entei always brings a lot of power. Scarf Kadabra is not that much different from Alakazam. So the team that I brought Fat Duck. I mean, he has Manaphy, Togekiss, Jolteon. All those three Pokemon are exceptionally likely to come. Kadabra is also exceptionally likely to come. And so those are all special attackers, and I decided I need a special wall. So I decided Fat Duck is my special wall. Although it's more of a mixed wall really, because I can still take like at least one Jolly Life Orb Earthquake from Excadrill in the sand, and then I can bop it with Hidden Power Fire or Foul Play. I forget right now which one hurts more. Up next I have, oh, and by the way, Trace. Trace is useful. Why? Because Serene Grace Togekiss. That's something interesting. Technician Mega Scizor. That's something interesting. Volt Absorb Jolteon. That's a free switch into Jolteon. Sneasel gets Inner Focus, which means that Togekiss cannot flinch me out. If I can pick off the Excadrill in the sand, then I'll have Sand Rush. What else? But yeah, I just thought it would be really, really useful to steal some abilities and make Porygon be able to use them. Recover, Toxic, Foul Play, Hidden Power Fire. That's really all the coverage I needed, and that's what I'm rocking out with. And so up next I have a Lumberry Victini, because Bolt Strike does not actually take out Togekiss. So if I click Bolt Strike and Togekiss goes for Thunder Wave, then Nuke Button is basically a sack at that point. So I wanted to prevent that if I could, and so I packed a Lumberry. So Bolt Strike, V-Create, U-Turn, and Reversal. I really didn't have a better move to put on. I mean, Zen Headbutt isn't really great coverage for his team. So I just put on Reversal. It hits the Gigalith, somewhat at least, if I'm ever in that position. Even though a fully defensive Rotom is a pretty good switch into Gigalith every time. So there's Bolt Strike, we create U-Turn, and Reversal. Up next we have Mr. Clean the Rotom Wash, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Pain Split, and Will-O-Wisp. Pretty much the exact same set that I brought against iPro because it's a pretty good set. Rotom Wash handles Excadrill in the sand pretty well. Volt Switch is nice. Pain Split is nice. Being able to burn those offensive powers, which, and you know what, guys, if you burn a wall, if you burn a physically offensive Pokemon, then your walls, like Fat Duck, are going to shine even better. So that's a tip for you guys. If you burn a physical attacker, then your physical walls do a lot better. So up next, Pierre. There's a lot of Pokemon on this list that that are pretty powerful. So I thought that Parting Shot would be really useful. Spore. I think on his team wants to take a Spore, and that gives me a chance to set up a Sticky Web. And with Sticky Web, that Excadrill is going to be slower in the sand than usual. Slower than usual, I should say. Ice Shard just for a little bit of priority. That's Pierre. Next we have Bruce Lee with the normal gem Fake Out. And why is that? Well, because I really wanted Bruce Lee to put in a lot of work, and you know, Poison Jab on the Togekiss is going to help out. Earthquake on the Excadrill and the Gigalith, Close Combat on the Gigalith, Earthquake, I'm picturing it, the Sneasel. You know, Bruce Lee does a good bit of work. It really does a good bit of work, and so that's the route that I decided to go with. Also, in case I needed to burn a turn of sand, then I can just click Fake Out. Unfortunately, Hitmonlee is still slower than an Excadrill in the sand. That's the sad truth. So I ran Adamant instead of Jolly because it wasn't going to matter either way. But Bruce Lee wasn't really meant to take on Excadrill in the first place. And then finally, I have Hermione. Leftovers, Psych Up, Hidden Power Ground, Thunderbolt, and Destiny Bond. And that's that. So that battle against Roserade was pretty sweet. It was a pretty close game. Moving on, we have Matt. Let me show you Matt's team really quickly. That Nihilego is not supposed to be there. He has Jirachi, he has Zygarde, he has Galvantula, he has Primarina, Thundurus Incarnate, Dhelmise, Miltank, Mega Heracross, and Swellow. So what really makes this team is Sticky Web. If he gets up Sticky Web, then that basically turns the rest of his team into sweepers. You know, Jirachi can sweep with webs, Zygarde can sweep with webs, Primarina can sweep with webs, Mega Heracross especially can sweep with webs. Oh yeah, he also has Bisharp and Primeape down there. So that's pretty scary. And it is such a really good combination. It's very hard to break this combination, and so I just decided to really think that Sticky Webs are going to come, because I have some really great powerhouses on my roster that are also pretty fast, and so Sticky Webs are, not only does Sticky Webs really help his team, but it also really cripples my team. That's what I'm trying to say. So for my team, I brought Flame Charge, Nuke Button with Recreate, Bolt Strike, and Glaciate. that pretty much destroys pretty much all of his team. Now I have the Colberberry for Bisharp, like a knockoff Bisharp or a Sucker Punch Bisharp. Although a scarfed Zygarde 50% really puts in a lot of work as well. Next, Reina Bella with Diancite, of course, Moonblast, Earth Power, Rock Polish, and Diamond Storm. Hopefully Reina Bella's Magic Bounce Pressure is going to make him think twice about leading with Galvantula and setting up Sticky Web. But yeah, hopefully Reina Bella can put in a lot of work. Moonblast, of course, destroys Mega Heracross. Earth Power does a lot to his team, and so does Diamond Storm. Next I have Egg Nanny, and Egg Nanny, the Magmar, my mascot. Flame Charge, Thunder Punch, Cross Chop, and Hidden Power Ice. This gal, I should say, has coverage for everything on his team. Everything except for, I think, Primeape. So Flame Charge hits the Jirachi, Flame Charge hits the Galvantula, and the Dhelmise, and the Mega Heracross, and the Bisharp. What's next? Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch hits Primarina and Swellow. What's next? Hidden Power Ice. Hidden Power Ice hits Thundurus and Zygarde. And Swellow. Cross Chop. Cross Chop hits Meltank and Bisharp. So, Egg Nanny does have super effective coverage for every Pokemon on his roster except for Primeape. And I really wanted to bring my mascot for at least one battle this season, just to make people think that it can potentially come, just to make people think that, it may come. So I did bring it. And so you definitely want to check out that battle. Because Egg Nanny has pretty super effective coverage. And so next I have Smilax, and Smilax, I think it can live a +2 outrage from Zygarde, and so that's really scary. Hidden Power Ice does a lot of damage. There's Knockoff, Earthquake, Leech Seed. Rocky Helmet is pretty nice. It's a pretty nice situation for me. Yeah, Hidden Power Ice is basically for Zygarde. Unfortunately, Mega Heracross can come in pretty easily and fire off a pin missile that hits 5 times. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, Smilax should put in a lot of work. Next up I have Bruce Lee, and White Herb Bruce Lee should be a very nice late game sweeper. Why? Because I'm pretty darn sure that Galvantula is going to come, and I'm pretty darn sure that Galvantula is going to set up Sticky Web. So Bruce Lee can come in, get slowed down by Sticky Web. White Herb removes the speed drop and then doubles my speed. So that's like an anti-Sticky Web sweeper right there. And just in case that Sticky Web never does show up, then Close Combat will also pop the White Herb. Poison Jab, Rapid Spin, Blaze Kick, pretty good coverage all around. If Bruce Lee is not going to be able to get a knockout on whatever Pokemon is out, then Rapid Spin can be good support for the remainder of my team. And then finally, I have Mr. Clean. Once again, fully defensive, physically defensive, with leftovers. I have Volt Switch, Hidden Power Ice, Will-O-Wisp, and Thunderbolt this week. I decided to be a little more offensive this week, not bring a status and a pain split. But yeah, that's my team against Matt. And I have one more team that I'm going to show you guys against NarthVader. Before I go there, I did make a few transactions, and I did get Jirachi. I got Jirachi from Matt. We traded Nihilego for Jirachi. It doesn't really seem like a quite equal trade, but we both wanted what we got, and we both wanted to get rid of what we got rid of, so it worked out. And just so that I could make this transaction, I needed to make a different transaction so that I could gain some points back. And so in order to gain some points back, I dropped Scizor for Staraptor. Hidden Power Ice hits a lot of things. I'm sorry, Hidden Power Fire is easy to pack on just about everything, and Bob Scizor pretty hard. I don't want to be wearing the Oka Berry all the time. So I have Staraptor. Staraptor is fairly versatile. It hits pretty hard. I've used Staraptor in the past. So Jirachi is Starman, and Staraptor is Bird Banding. Those are the nicknames. So that's pretty sweet. So against NarthVader. NarthVader, by the way, guys, was my third opponent in the Brawl for All, and yes, he did beat me. A narrow 1-0 victory, I think it was. So, Choice Scarf, Nuke Button. Felt like bringing it again. V-Create, Bolt Strike, Zen Headbutt, U-Turn. Fairly standard. Up next, we have Bird Banding. Bird Banding making debut. Intimidate, Choice Band, Quick Attack, Brave Bird, Close Combat, and U-Turn. Intimidate is really going to help. Oh, I'm sorry. NarthVader right here has Mew, Tornadus, Therian, Silvally. He traded iPro for it, so there's Silvally, all types. Nidoqueen, Alomomola, Registeel, Mega Sceptile, Alolan Ninetales, Darmanitan, Komala, and Electabuzz. So where was I going with this? Oh yeah. Intimidate helps with the Tornadus and the Silvally, and the Nidoqueen, and the Darmanitan, and the Mega Sceptile. It just felt like something nice to bring. He has a fairly bulky team with Nidoqueen, Alomomola, Registeel, and Mew, of course. And so I decided Choice Band in order to try to break through these really bulky Pokemon. So Quick Attack, Brave Bird, Close Combat, U-Turn. That was my moveset. He does not have any ghosts. Yeah, he doesn't have any ghosts. So Close Combat is relatively free. Especially once Mew and Tornadus goes down, Close Combat is pretty free. Up next, we have Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee is holding the Lychee Berry with the Endure set. Now here is why. Look at his team. Where is their priority? Mew and Nidoqueen both get Sucker Punch. And technically Mega Sceptile gets Quick Attack, Alolan Ninetales gets Quick Attack and Ice Shard, and Electabuzz also gets Quick Attack. So a lot, quite a few very, very, very unlikely priority right there. So I'm going to bring the Lychee Berry set with Endure. So I click Endure, I go down to 1 HP, that pops the Lychee Berry, and I can click Reversal, and at 1 HP, Reversal is a base 200 fighting type move, and it's Stab. and it's a +1 because of the Lychee Berry. Earthquake from there is going to do a load of damage, and so will Knock Off. So that's essentially Bruce Lee right there. Up next we have Mr. Clean, and Mr. Clean, once again, physically defensive. I have Will-O-Wisp, Volt Switch, Dark Pulse, and Pain Split. Dark Pulse and Pain Split is going to help me counter Mew. Leftovers is going to give me the edge in terms of HP. Will-O-Wisp is going to be nice to burn a couple Pokemon, such as Tornadus, such as Silvally, such as Registeel, such as Electabuzz. And so Mr. Clean's going to hopefully put in a lot of work, especially with Intimidate Staraptor, Intimidate Bird Banding, going to be able to make Mr. Clean's physical defense shine. Up next we have Starman, the Jirachi, with the Oka Berry in order to take a Flare Blitz from Darmanitan, and then I can Thunder Wave Darmanitan, making it essentially useless. Stealth Rock is going to be nice, Ice Punch is going to be nice, and U-Turn is going to be nice. Thunder Wave is going to be really nice if I can bop Tornadus with it. Unfortunately, he does have he has 2 immunities. He has 3 immunities to Thunder Wave, 4 immunities to Thunder Wave. Nidoqueen is immune to Thunder Wave, Komala is immune to Thunder Wave, Mega Sceptile has Lightning Rod, and Electabuzz cannot be paralyzed. So, I guess that was not the smartest move I've made, but Thunder Wave is still going to be nice. So there's U-Turn, Stealth Rock, and Ice Punch as coverage moves. And then last but not least, Fat Duck, going to be tracing some stuff. Recover, Foul Play, Hidden Power Ice, and Toxic. Trace is going to be nice for Regenerator, for sure. Yeah, that's about it actually. Sheer Force doesn't help me at all. Yeah, so there's Fat Duck. And that's gonna wrap up my team for NarthVader. So that's essentially it. So there's my week 1 against iPro, week 2 against Roserade, week 3 against Matt, and week 4 against NarthVader. So I'm going to have 4 replay links, showdown replay links, and I'm going to have a link for iPro's side of the battle, and be sure to check out iPro and his channel. Make sure you subscribe. Yeah, I'm sorry guys that I don't get to show you guys the battles, but I really need to catch up, and I've been pretty busy lately. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about my teams. Let me know what you guys think about the battles. And if you enjoyed, then like this video, comment on this video, share with your friends, and click subscribe if you haven't already. And on that note guys, I will see you all later. Peace.